Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Did we stop here yesterday?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
What about this? We stopped here, right? We did not
ma'am.
discuss
We didn't do this one, ma'am.
this. Let's start from here. So as we discussed yesterday, we have these two axioms called the corresponding angles axiom. So axiom 1 says that when we have two parallel lines, what does axiom 1 say? When we have two parallel lines intersected by a transversal, then each pair of corresponding angles are equal. When two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, then the pairs of corresponding angles formed are equal. This is the corresponding angles axiom. The converse of this axiom is what you see as axiom 2 here. So the converse of this axiom is when we have two lines, not parallel lines, when we have two lines intersected by a transversal such that one pair, that is sufficient, one pair is sufficient such that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. When you have two lines intersected by a transversal such that a pair of corresponding angles is equal, then this means the two lines are parallel to each other. So this is the converse of corresponding angles axiom. The first one is corresponding angles axiom. The second one is the converse of axiom 1, that is converse of corresponding angles axiom. Converse of axiom 1 or converse of corresponding angles axiom. Let me repeat. So the first one, which is called the corresponding angles axiom, it says that when two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, then each pair of corresponding angles is equal. So here what you must have is, you must have two parallel lines cut by a transversal. If you have this, then result, each pair of corresponding angles is equal. This is the result. So this is called the corresponding angles axiom. Now to use the converse of corresponding angles axiom, you must have two lines cut by a transversal, not parallel lines, two lines cut by a transversal. When you have two lines cut by a transversal such that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. So you must have all this. You must have two lines cut by a transversal in which a pair of corresponding angles is equal. You must have all this. You must have two lines intersected by a transversal such that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. So which means a pair of corresponding angles must be given to be equal. When you have all these, then the result is the two lines are parallel to each other. This is called the converse of corresponding angles axiom. Is that fine, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, state. All right, children. So state corresponding angles axiom. State corresponding angles axiom. You can start off like when two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, or you can say if a transversal intersects two parallel lines. So the meaning should be conveyed. Yeah.
When a two parallel lines are cutted by a transversal, the coordinate correspondings are equal, ma'am.
Corresponding angles are equal, correct. When two parallel lines, correct? When two parallel lines
Yes, ma'am.
are intersected by a transversal. So you must have all this. You must have two lines. You must have two parallel lines cut by transversal. You must have this. Result, each pair of corresponding angles is equal. Yes, children, we must know to state this. When two, I'm repeating it so that it gets registered. Now you have to tell me clearly. When two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, then each pair of corresponding angles is equal. Yes, I want at least 3 of you to state the corresponding angles axiom. Yes, volunteer children.
Ma'am, when two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, all the correspondings are equal.
Corresponding angles.
Angles are equal.
Yeah, each pair of corresponding angles is equal. Okay.
Ma'am, could you please repeat that axiom, ma'am?
It's on the screen also. No problem. It's on the screen. You can see it here under axiom 1.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, quickly. 2 more.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
when
Yes.
two pairs or parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, the two pairs of corresponding angles are equal.
How many pairs of corresponding angles are formed? Aaron?
Ma'am, in this thing, ma'am,
Huh.
1, 5, 4, 8, angle 2, angle 6, angle 3, angle 7, ma'am.
So how many pairs of corresponding angles are formed?
Ma'am, 4 pairs, ma'am.
All the 4 pairs are equal, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Angle 4 is equal to 8.
8.
2 is equal to
Angle
6. 3 is equal to 7.
7.
Yes, correct. Okay. Hitesh, Arav, one more.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
when two parallel lines intersected by a transversal, then each pair of corresponding angles are equal.
Yeah. Because we say each pair, we say is equal. Each pair, one pair, each pair. Then each pair of corresponding angles is equal. Okay. This axiom is known as the corresponding angles axiom. So what should be given to you? To use this axiom, what is to be given to you?
Ma'am, corresponding angles should be equal.
No. What should be given? Given?
A parallel line should be
Yeah, you must have
intersected by
two parallel
transversal.
lines. Then you must have
It should-
two parallel lines and?
It should be intersected by transversal.
Corresponding angle.
Yeah. No, you must have two parallel lines cut by a transversal. You must have two parallel lines cut by a transversal. If you have this, then this result follows that each pair of corresponding angles is equal. And to use the converse of corresponding angles axiom, what is that you must have? Or what should be given to you? To use the converse of corresponding angles axiom, what is given? What is given and what is the result?
Ma'am, two parallel lines intersect.
No, not
value
parallel
of-
lines.
The value of corresponding angles should be equal, ma'am, so we can find that the two lines are parallel to each other.
Correct. I understand that you have understood, but you must be more details must be given.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What is to be given? And what is the result? To use converse of corresponding angles axiom. Will you be given two Will you be given two lines or two parallel lines?
Two lines.
Lines, ma'am.
Two lines intersected by a transversal, right? Two
Yes,
lines
ma'am.
intersected by a transversal, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Not two parallel lines, two lines
ma'am.
intersected by a transversal. What else is given, or what else should be given?
A pair of corresponding angles should be equal.
Yeah, it should be given that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. It should be given that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. So in axiom 2, what should be given? Two lines, not two parallel lines, two lines cut by a transversal, such that one pair of corresponding angles is equal. You can have more than one, but at least one pair of corresponding angles equal. If you have these, if this information is given to you, then the result is that the two lines are parallel to each other. When you have two lines, not parallel lines, two lines, you don't know if they're parallel or not. So when you have two lines cut by a transversal such that a pair of corresponding angles is equal, then you can conclude that the two lines are parallel lines. So to use the corresponding angles axiom, what should be given? What is given and what is the result? What is given? Corresponding angles axiom. What is given? What is the result? Given two lines or two parallel lines? For axiom 1.
Two parallel lines.
Two parallel lines cut by a transversal. So if you're given this, yeah, the result is each pair of corresponding angles is equal. For the converse of this axiom, you're given two lines cut by a transversal such that one pair, at least one pair of corresponding angles is equal. Then the result is that the two lines are parallel to each other. All right. So using this axiom or using these axioms, we prove certain theorems. So see theorem 1. If a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then each pair of alternate interior angles is equal. If a transversal intersects two parallel lines, so this is given to you, two parallel lines cut by a transversal given to you. You have to prove that each pair of alternate interior angles is equal. That's what you have to prove. All right. So if a transversal intersects two parallel lines, two lines are given to you which are parallel to each other, they are cut by a transversal. You need to prove that each pair of alternate interior angles is equal. So you can see that this is the statement. This will be given to you. This is the proof. So you need to write the information under the headings given, to prove, and construction, if any, and then the proof. Given, to prove, and proof. All right. You can see it here. So based on the statement, we make we take up a figure. Based on the statement, what is given here? Two parallel lines intersected by a transversal. So we take up two lines, two parallel lines AB and CD intersected by the transversal R. See, that's why should we take a figure like this? Because see here, if a transversal intersects two parallel lines, okay, so AB and CD are the parallel lines intersected by the transversal R. Then what should be proved? Each pair of alternate interior angles is equal. So see here. So we have two parallel lines cut by a transversal R. R cuts AB at P and CD at Q. The transversal R cuts AB at P and CD at Q. And which are the pairs of alternate interior angles formed? 3 and 5, 4 and 6. These are the pairs of alternate interior angles formed when two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal. By the marking here, 3 and 5, 4 and 6 are the pairs of alternate interior angles formed. You need to prove that these pairs are equal. You need to prove that angle 3 is equal to 5 and angle 4 is equal to angle 6. Prove that. To prove that angle 3 is equal to 5 and 4 is equal to 6. See the statement again. If a transversal intersects two parallel lines, you're given that the lines are parallel lines intersected by transversal, you need to prove that each pair of alternate interior angles is equal. Okay, so given AB parallel to, you can name the lines anyways, you can call it PQ and ST, whatever. So here AB is parallel to CD and R is a transversal. We know that 8 angles will be formed around the transversal. The transversal intersects AB at P and CD at Q. Mark off the 8 angles formed. Mark the 4 angles formed around P and the 4 angles formed around Q. We need to prove that 3 is equal to 5 and 4 is equal to 6. See how it's explained here. AB parallel to CD and transversal R cuts AB at P and CD at Q and makes two pairs of alternate interior angles. It makes two pairs. It makes two pairs of alternate interior angles, angle 3 and 5, angle 4 and 6. So we need to prove that these two angles are equal. To prove that angle 3 is equal to angle 5, angle 4 is equal to angle 6. So see here, to prove that 3 is equal to 5, just make use of a mediator. Now you're going to choose one angle as a mediator. But we need to prove that 3 is equal to 5. 3 is equal to 5. All right. We need to prove 3 is equal to 5. Now let's make use of this angle 1. We'll use 1 as the mediator. Listen to me carefully. Now, if I can say that 1 is equal to 3 and 1 is equal to 5, then 3 will be equal to 5. See here. We need to prove that angle 3 is equal to angle 5. 3 is equal to 5. Let's make use of the mediator 1. Mediator, somebody acts in the middle to prove that these two angles are equal. So let that mediator angle be 1, angle 1. Now, angle 1 is equal to angle 3 because vertically opposite angles are equal. Angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Corresponding angles are equal. See, these are parallel lines. Angle 1 is equal to angle 5. To prove that 3 is equal to 5, we are taking the help of this angle, angle 1. Now we'll relate angle 1 and 5 and angle 1 and 3. See, children, it's very simple. 3 and 5, mediator 1, angle 1, relate 1 and 3, 1 and 5. 1 and 3, 1 and 5. So then you will get the result 3 is equal to 5. Now angle 1 is equal to angle 3. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Corresponding angles are equal. So from these two equalities, we have a new equality 3 is equal to 5 because 1 is equal to 3, 1 is equal to 5. So that means 3 is equal to 5. So this proves that this pair of alternate interior angles is equal. Similarly, to prove that 4 is equal to 6, 4 is equal to 6, make use of the mediator 2. 2. To prove that 4 is equal to 6. To prove that 4 is equal to 6, take the help of angle 2. Take the help of angle 2. Now show that 2 is equal to 4 and 2 is equal to 6. We need to prove that 4 is equal to 6. 4 is equal to 6. So the angle, this angle 2 is going to help us out to prove 4 is equal to 6. Angle 2 is equal to angle 4. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Angle 2 is equal to angle 6. See here, we have 4 and 6. We're going to say 2 is equal to 4, 2 is equal to 6. 2 is equal to 4 because vertically opposite angles are equal. 2 is equal to 6, corresponding angles are equal. So from these two equalities, we have 4 is equal to 6. So like this, we have proved that angle 3 is equal to 5 and angle 4 is equal to angle 6. Let's do it again. Just wait for a minute. Let me show you the proof also. What we discussed. This is what we discussed, children. Have a look. Now, I want one of you to prove angle 3 is equal to angle 5. Angle 3 is equal to angle 5 using angle 7. I want you to prove angle 3 is equal to, under the same circumstances. Under the same circumstances, prove that angle 3 is equal to 5 using angle 7. Taking the help of angle 7. Taking the help of angle 7, prove that 3 is equal to 5. So what you're going to do? You're going to say 7 is equal to, okay, fine. I'm not prompting. Yes, please volunteer.
Ma'am,
You don't have to be correct actually. You can go wrong. I just want you to express your thoughts.
ma'am,
At all times you can be wrong. We are learning. Yes.
ma'am, using angle 7 first, angle 3 is equal to angle 5 vertically opposite, ma'am. Not vert, sorry, ma'am. Interior angles, ma'am. 3 and
No.
5 are interior.
No, Arav, that's what we have to prove. We have to prove 3 is equal to 5.
Ma'am, how can we do using angle 7, ma'am?
Like
Ma'am.
the way we just did, no, using angle 1, we proved that angle 3 is equal to 5.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I'm having an idea, ma'am, but I don't know that name of it, ma'am.
You can do it in many ways. Yes, yes. You can have different ideas.
I don't know that
come to,
name.
Hitesh, yeah, just give me some time. Let's just finish with this and then take up your idea.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Children, is my question
Ma'am,
is the situation which I have given you clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear, ma'am.
Yeah, please tell me then.
Ma'am, angle 7 is equal to angle 5 as it is vertically opposite angles are equal, ma'am. So
Perfect.
that we can prove that angle 3 is also equal to 5, which is vertically
No,
opposite
no,
angle.
No, how 3 is, you should get the result 3 is equal to 5. You cannot write 3 is equal to 5, alternate angles are equal. You must prove 3 is equal to 5.
Okay, ma'am.
ma'am, can I say, ma'am?
Yeah, yes, Shreyas.
Ma'am, as angle 7 is equal to angle 3, ma'am, because they are corresponding angles, ma'am.
Yeah, corresponding angles. See, children, we are trying to prove that alternate interior angles are equal. So you cannot say 3 is equal to 5, alternate angles are equal. You have to prove that. You must get the result. Therefore, angle 3 is equal to angle 5.
Ma'am, angle angle 3 is equal to angle 5 as their alternate interior angles, ma'am. So angle 3 is
No. That you're confused. See, children, we are not. You must get angle 3 is equal to angle 5. Pratiksha, I think you can now correct yourself. You started
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, angle 7 is equal to angle 5 as they are vertically opposite angles, ma'am.
Okay.
And angle 7 is equal to 3 as their corresponding angles are equal.
Okay. Next. 7 is equal to 5. 7 is equal to 3. What does that say? What does that say? From these two, what result you get? If angle 7 is equal to angle 5, 3 is equal to 5.
Yes, ma'am.
See, angle 7 is equal to angle 5. Angle 7 is equal to angle 3. 7 is equal to 5. 7 is equal to 3. That means 3 and 5 are equal.
Yes, ma'am.
On comparing the equalities, so angle 7 is equal to angle 5, vertically opposite angles are equal. Angle 7 is equal to angle 3, corresponding angles are equal. We just saw the axiom. When two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then each pair of corresponding angles is equal. You can use that. You're using this axiom to prove this theorem. Vertically opposite angles also, we have seen the proof. How to prove vertically opposite angles are equal. So we are making use of these two results. Vertically opposite, we have proved the theorem vertically opposite angles are equal. And this axiom, corresponding angles axiom, we are making use of these two to prove that alternate interior angles are equal. So Pratiksha said angle 7 is equal to angle 5. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Angle 7 is equal to angle 3. Corresponding angles are equal. So from these two results we have, because 7 is equal to 5, 7 is equal to 3. That means 3 is equal to 5. We have proved that 3 is equal to 5. That means the angles, alternate interior angles are equal. They are already alternate interior angles. Because two lines are cut by a transversal and they are parallel lines. By their position, they are already alternate interior angles. We are just proving they're equal. Even before you prove angle 3 is equal to angle 5, they are already alternate interior angles. Angle 3 and angle 5 are already alternate interior angles. You're only proving the equal when the lines are parallel.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, children, we are still with angle 3 is equal to angle 5. Angle 3 is equal to angle 5. Now let's prove that 4 is equal to 6. Arav, prove 4 is equal to 6 using angle 8.
Ma'am, angle 4. No, angle 8 is equal to angle 4, ma'am, corresponding angles, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, then angle 4 is equal to angle 6, vertically opposite angles, ma'am.
No, 4 and 6 are not vertically opposite.
Ma'am, sorry, ma'am, alternate interior angles, ma'am. Sorry.
That's
alternate.
what we have to prove. No. That's what we have to prove.
Ma'am, then angle 8 is equal to angle 6, ma'am, vertically opposite.
Now tell me, now repeat those two equalities. First you said angle 4 is equal to?
Angle 8 corresponding angles, ma'am.
Then
angle 6 is equal to angle 8 vertically opposite angles, ma'am.
okay, now from these two equalities, you said 8 is equal to 4, 8 is equal to 6.
Yes,
8
ma'am.
is equal to 4 and 8 is equal to 6. So from these two, we conclude that 4 is equal to 6.
Yes, ma'am.
So this proves alternate, they're already alternate interior angles and now you prove they're equal. 4 is equal to 6.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Okay, somebody else prove that angle 4 is equal to angle 6 using angle 2.
Ma'am, can I say?
Yeah.
Ma'am, angle 4 and angle 2 are vertically opposite, ma'am. So
Okay.
angle 4 is equal to angle 2, ma'am.
Okay.
And angle 4 is equal to angle 8 because they are alternative exterior angles, ma'am.
No. We have to use to prove these theorems. It's like we will use only those axioms or theorems which we already know. It's like they've been finding out these one by one after the other. So at this point, you can use only the results which you know earlier. So which means you can use the corresponding angles axiom or the vertically opposite angles are equal.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, 2 and 6 are 2
You
is
said
equal to
alternate
6.
exterior angle.
Yes, ma'am.
No, use the corresponding angles axiom and vertically opposite angles are equal. Only these two results.
Yes, ma'am. 2 is
Or
equal
you
to
can use
6.
linear pair axiom. Or you can use linear pair axiom. No, I'm saying if needed, not here. I'm saying if needed, these are the three things which you can use. You can use linear pair axiom or vertically opposite angles are equal or corresponding angles axiom or converse of corresponding angles axiom. Only these to prove these results. Yes.
Ma'am, 2 is equal to 6 because they are corresponding angles, ma'am. So
That
4
you can
is
use.
equal to 6.
Correct. 2 is equal to 4 vertically opposite. 2 is equal to 6 corresponding. So you can see that 2 is equal to 4 and 2 is equal to 6. This means 4 is equal to 6. So this proves 4 and 6, 1 minute. 4 and 6 are already alternate interior angles. We are not proving they are alternate interior angles. By the position, they are already alternating interior angles. We are proving 4 is equal to 6. So we are proving that alternate interior angles are equal when the lines are parallel. Yes, Shreyas?
No, ma'am. I just came to say that angle 4 and angle 6 are alternate interior angles.
Yeah, they are alternate interior angles and now they're equal. Children, go through this proof. It's very simple. So to prove that 3 is equal to 5, 3 is equal to 5. We have in this proof here, I've made use of angle 1 to prove that 3 is equal to 5. To prove that 3 is equal to 5, we make use of angle 1. You just say 1 is equal to 3, 1 is equal to 5. So when you compare 1 is equal to 3 and 1 is also equal to 5, so that means 3 is equal to 5. That means 3 is equal to 5. See, 1 is equal to 3, 1 is equal to 5. So that means 3 is equal to 5. And to prove that 4 is equal to 6, we are making use of the mediator, angle 2. Angle 2. All your children, take a screenshot. You can use corresponding angles axiom, converse of corresponding angles axiom, vertically opposite angles are equal, linear pair axiom to prove these theorems. To prove that alternate interior angles are equal, you cannot use the result that we know that alternate exterior angles are equal. That cannot be used to prove this. It's like as if at this point that was not found at all. Imagine you're inventing one after the other. You're finding new things one after the other. So now we have found out at this point, we have only realized that corresponding angles are equal when lines are parallel, or when a pair of corresponding angles is equal, then the lines are parallel. That's all we have found. And we've also found out that vertically opposite angles are equal. We also realized that, angles on a straight line add to 180. That's all we have found out. It's like that. It's like when you're trying to prove this, you don't know the others exist. So you cannot make use of that because you don't even know that it exists. You only know the corresponding angles axiom, its converse, vertically opposite angles are equal, and linear pair axiom. You only know these. You're finding with these, you're trying to get more new results. Think of yourself as a mathematician who's trying to find out new things one after the other. So when you're trying to find something new, you can use what you've already proved earlier. Yes, children. Next one. This is the converse of the earlier theorem. This is the converse of the earlier theorem. If a transversal intersects two lines, mind the words there, two lines, not two parallel lines. If it's the converse of the earlier theorem. If a transversal intersects two lines such that a pair of alternate interior angles is equal, then the two lines are parallel. There in the earlier theorem, what was given is to be proved here. In the earlier theorem, what was to be proved is given here. In the earlier theorem, what was given is what is to be proved here. And what was to be proved earlier is given here. We divide the information, we divide into two headings, right? Given and to prove. So earlier what is given is to prove here. What was to prove earlier is given here. If a transversal intersects two lines such that a pair of alternate interior angles is equal, then the two lines are parallel. So we are given two lines, not two parallel lines. We have to prove that the lines are parallel. We are given two lines. The two lines are cut by a transversal, and you know that one pair of alternate interior angles is equal. You know that. You know that one pair of alternate interior angles is equal. So what you have to prove is alternate interior angles are always formed when two lines are cut by a transversal. You know that they're equal. You know that the two angles are equal. Alternate interior angles are equal. Then you must prove that the lines are parallel to each other. Now, to prove that they are parallel, you must use the converse of corresponding angles axiom, because only that states that the lines are parallel. Let's go back. Let's go back to that. Read. If a transversal intersects two lines such that a pair of corresponding angles is equal, then the two lines are parallel to each other. So if you want to prove that two lines are parallel, you must use the converse of corresponding angles axiom. When you have to prove that two lines are parallel to each other, you have to use the converse of corresponding angles axiom. See here, see here. In here, corresponding angles axiom, you will be given two parallel lines. No, so you don't want this. You want to prove here. Now you are in a situation where you have to show that two lines are parallel to each other. So who will help you? Converse of corresponding angles axiom will help you. See, a converse of corresponding angles axiom will help you. Why? Because if at all you can show that a pair of corresponding angles is equal, then the two lines are parallel to each other. See here, then the two lines are parallel to each other. For that, you'll have to somehow find that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. When two lines are cut by a transversal such that a pair of corresponding angles is equal, then the two lines are parallel to each other. So now, to prove this statement, or to prove this theorem, see, prove that the two lines are parallel. So when you have to prove two lines are parallel, you have to use the converse of corresponding angles axiom, because that only will help you to prove that two lines are parallel. You have to use the converse of corresponding angles axiom. So somehow you will have to prove that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. You have to prove that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. Then you can say that the lines are parallel to each other. You're given angle 3 is equal to 5. You're given 3 is equal to 5. But you want to prove 3 is equal to 5, but they are alternate angles. To show that the lines are parallel, you must show that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. So what you will do, 3 is equal to 5 is given, but 5 is equal to 7. 3 is equal to 5. 5 is given to us, but we know that 5 is equal to 7. So that means 3 is equal to 7. Angle 3 is equal to angle 5, given. But angle 5 is equal to angle 7, vertically opposite angles. See, vertically opposite angles are formed when two lines intersect. They are not related to parallel lines. When two lines intersect, vertically opposite angles are formed and they are equal. So 3 is equal to 5 given. Angle 5 is equal to angle 7, vertically opposite angles are equal. This proves that angle 3 is equal to 7. 3 is equal to 5, 5 is equal to 7. That means 3 is equal to 7. 3 is equal to 7. But 3 and 7 form a pair of corresponding angles made by this transversal R with the lines AB and CD. And they're equal. We proved that 3 is equal to 7. Corresponding angles are equal. Then the lines are parallel to each other. Therefore, AB is parallel to CD. Yes, children, I'll give you 2 minutes time. Read the proof for yourself. Done, children? Take a screenshot also. Tell me. What is given, children? What's given? Is it given that AB is parallel to CD or AB and CD are simply two lines? What is given?
AB and CD are a line.
Two lines. Is it given that they are parallel?
No, ma'am.
What is
No,
R?
ma'am.
Okay. What is R?
Transverse.
Transversal. Transversal. Now, what we have to prove is when two lines are cut by a transversal such that a pair of alternate interior angles is equal, then the lines are parallel. You can choose any pair of alternate interior angles. I have chosen 3 is equal to 5 such that 3 is equal to 5. You can even take 4 is equal to 6. Given one pair of alternate interior angles is equal, you should prove that the lines are parallel. Now you are going to tell me, supposing we had taken, children, is the situation clear to you? Do we understand the statement?
Yes, ma'am.
What is given, what is to be proved?
Yes,
We are
ma'am.
given
Yes,
two
ma'am.
lines. Yeah, two lines cut by a transversal such that a pair, such that meaning we know that a pair of alternate interior angles is equal. It can be 3 and 5 or 4 and 6. One of these two. Now with this information, you should prove that AB is parallel to CD. With this information, you must prove that AB is parallel to CD. Okay, now what I want you to do is, we'll say we are given that angle 4 is equal to angle 6. Angle 4 is equal to angle 6. Okay, okay. Now to prove that AB is parallel to CD, what is that axiom you're going to use? To prove that AB is parallel to CD, what is that axiom you're going to use?
Converse of corresponding angles.
Converse of corresponding angles axiom. Okay. Converse, we're going to use the converse of corresponding angles axiom. To use this converse of corresponding angles axiom, what should you prove? You must prove that a pair of corresponding angles is equal, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You must prove that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. See, why should you use the converse of corresponding angles axiom? Because using that only you can prove that two lines are parallel. That's the only thing you know now. As of now, that's the only theorem. I'm sorry, that's the only axiom that can help you to prove that two lines are parallel. Because you as a mathematician, you don't know anything more than that. You have only this. You have only this. By experimentation, you have found that when one pair of corresponding angles is equal, then the lines are parallel. You've experimented that and you found out this. So you cannot keep experimenting everything. Certain things, when you prove, you get the results faster. So you experiment one, and using that experiment, you want to prove many others. You want to prove many. So this is one such situation. You're trying to prove that when a pair of alternate interior angles is equal, then the lines must be parallel to each other. So to prove that the lines are parallel to each other, you know only one thing. Corresponding angles axiom. When a pair of corresponding angles is equal, then lines are parallel. So to prove lines are parallel, this is the only axiom you know. This is the only axiom. You don't know anything else. So that means you should prove that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. And then say, oh yeah, corresponding angles are equal, so the lines are parallel. Converse of corresponding angles axiom. So,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, so supposing we had taken 4 is equal to 6 instead of 3 is equal to 5. 4 is equal to 6. Tell me how the proof will go. See, you should know what you're trying to reach. Okay, so what are we trying to do? We are trying to prove that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. That's your goal. With angle 4 is equal to angle 6 given to you, you are trying to prove that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. Yeah, get started.
Ma'am, can I say?
Yeah, Hitesh.
Ma'am, angle 4 is vertically opposite to angle 2, ma'am.
Very
So
good. So
angle
4 is
4
equal
is
to
equal
2.
to 2, ma'am. And
Very good.
2 is equal to 6 because they are corresponding angles, ma'am.
No. How can you say 2 and 6 are they are corresponding angles, but they are not equal, no, because lines are not parallel.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I think I interrupted Hitesh. Let me listen to you fully. Come again, Hitesh.
Oh, once again, ma'am, I'll think it fully and I'll say you.
Okay.
Okay,
Angle vertically opposite and angle 4 is equal to angle 6 because they already indicated angle. So
Okay.
angle 2 is corresponding.
Okay, Sangamitra, yes, it was not very clear, but you are right. Yes, Sangamitra. Very good.
Ma'am, can I
Pratiksha, you want to try?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please.
Ma'am, angle 4 is equal to 2 as vertically opposite angles, ma'am. And
Okay.
angle 4 is equal to 6 alternate interior angles.
Given, right?
Ma'am?
Given.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
given. Yeah, 4 is equal to 6 is given to us.
So it is proved that angle 4 is equal to 8, that is corresponding angles are equal.
No. Why are you going beyond? No. 4 is equal to 2, you said, vertically opposite angles, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you said 4 is equal to 2. Then, after that? Four is equal to 2 vertically opposite angles. 4 is equal to 6 given. So from these two results, you have 2 is equal to 6. Right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah, that's all. You don't have to consider too many angles. We know 4
Yes,
is,
ma'am.
yeah, we know 4 is equal to 6. One more equality you need, that's all. 4 is equal to 6 and 4 is equal to 2. That means 2 is equal to 6. But 2 and 6 form a pair of corresponding angles and they're equal. So the lines are parallel.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, I know that you understood now. Sangamitra has understood. Hitesh, still confused?
Ma'am?
Yeah. Shreyas?
Ma'am?
Yeah, you want to try? What is given, Shreyas?
Ma'am, I can't understand.
No, what is given? A pair of alternate interior angles is equal, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so mention the pairs of alternate interior angles here.
Four and 6 and 3 and 5, ma'am.
Okay, so we are given that 4 is equal to 6. Is that understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it given that AB is parallel to CD?
Yes, ma'am.
No, it's not given. We have to prove that AB is parallel to CD. It's not given that AB is parallel to CD. We have to prove AB is parallel to CD given that 4 is equal to 6. Given that 4 is equal to 6. Now to prove that lines are parallel, we need to use the converse of corresponding angles axiom. And to use that, we need to prove that a pair of corresponding angles are equal. Corresponding angles is equal. So 4 is equal to 6 given. But you can say 6 is equal to 8, vertically opposite angles. Angle 4, you can just write it in your book if you cannot process it mentally. Angle 4 is equal to angle 6. Yes, for those who cannot process it, it's very simple. Just write down your book, you will see it.
I can write 4, angle 4 is equal to angle 8, no, ma'am.
No, see, you don't know that the lines are parallel. So you cannot say corresponding angles are equal.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. You can say vertically opposite angles are equal because that is not based on parallel lines. Corresponding angles are equal is based on parallel lines. So you cannot write that because AB is not parallel to CD here. It's not given to be parallel to CD. You have to prove. So all of you just write in your book 4 is equal to 6 given. Angle 6 is equal to 8. Vertically opposite angles. That's all. From these two you can prove. Angle 4 is equal to angle 6 given. But 6 is equal to 8. Vertically opposite angles. So from these two we have a new result. 4 is equal to 8. From these two, we get the new result 4 is equal to 8. Now, if you look at 4 and 8, 4 is equal to 8 is what you have. But 4 and 8 form a pair of corresponding angles made by the transversal R with the lines AB and CD, and they're equal. We proved they're equal. We did not take them to be equal. We got the result 4 is equal to 8 because 4 is equal to 6 and 6 is equal to 8. From these two, we got 4 is equal to 8. Corresponding angles equal. Therefore, by converse of corresponding angles axiom, AB is parallel to CD. No, I want at least 2 students to tell me. Let's. Yeah. Go through the proof. I already gave you time to go through the proof. I think. Yes or no, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but let's do it again. I'm not sure if all of us understood. Write down. See, you should have a book and a pen with you. So I am telling you, I am saying certain things which are very important. I am telling you very slowly. Why am I telling you so slowly? So that you write in your book. So if you cannot visualize what I'm saying, you can just write it down on your book and see it there. If you can't see it in your mind, you see it in your book. Visual learning is important. Visual learning is also important. You visualize something, you see it in your mind without writing it. You should be able to see it in your mind. If that's difficult, see it in your book, write and see it in your book, and you should be able to understand. Somebody who's not right, tell me. What is given? See, when I ask what is given, is it given that AB is parallel to CD or AB and CD are simply two lines? What is given?
AB and CD
Yeah,
are simply two lines, ma'am.
Are simply two lines cut by a transversal. What else is given? What else is given? Two lines cut by a transversal.
Ma'am, angle 4 and angle 6 are equal.
Yeah, alternate. One pair of alternate interior angles is equal. So it can be 4 and 6 or 3 and 5. So with this, what should you prove? Given angle 4 is equal to angle 6, what should you prove? You're trying to prove what?
Ma'am, AB is
CD
parallel
are
to
parallel
CD,
to
ma'am.
each other.
AB is parallel to CD. Okay. Now, what is that only thing you know to prove that two lines are parallel?
Ma'am, we only know that
Opposite.
alternate interior angles are equal.
No. What is that only axiom you know to prove that two lines are parallel?
Corresponding angles axiom.
Yeah. Converse of corresponding angles axiom. You only know this axiom. So you have to make use of this axiom, converse of corresponding angles axiom, to prove that the lines are parallel. To use this axiom, what is the requirement? If you have to use this corresponding angles, converse of corresponding angles axiom and prove that the lines are parallel, what is that you need? You need to show that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. We have to prove that ABC, I'm telling you, point by point, understand that. We have to prove that AB is parallel to CD. in order to prove that AB is parallel to CD, we take the help of the converse of corresponding angles axiom. This is the only axiom we know, or this is the only one which can help us to prove that two lines are parallel. Only this will help us to prove that two lines are parallel. So you're taking help of this axiom, converse of corresponding angles axiom, to prove two lines are parallel. So then you should abide by that axiom. What does that say? What does this axiom say? You must prove that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. You must show that it's equal. You must not simply write this is equal to this. You must show that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. Then by this axiom, the lines are parallel to each other. So we are given that 4 is equal to 6. We have to prove that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. So given 4 is equal to 6, but 6 is equal to 8, vertically opposite angles are equal. So write this in your book. Angle 4 is equal to angle 6 given. Angle 6 is equal to angle 8, vertically opposite angles. So from these two, 4 is equal to 6, 6 is equal to 8. From these two, you have a new result, 4 is equal to 8. Because 6 is common in both. You have 4 equal to 6 and 6 equal to 8. 6 is common in both. So the remaining two angles are equal. 4 is equal to 8. In 4 is equal to 6, you have 6. And in 6 is equal to 8, also you have 6. So cancel those two 6. 6's. So you're left with 4 is equal to 8. So like this, you have proved that 4 is equal to 8. But 4 and 8 are a pair of corresponding angles and they're equal. They're a pair of corresponding angles and they're equal. That means AB is parallel to CD by the converse of corresponding angles axiom. I've tried my best, children. So maybe you can make use of the recording. If further you have any. Understood? Okay, fine. Thank you, children. Fine. Because I don't want to go once more. I can do it, but I don't know if that will help you also. So maybe next class you should ask me if you want me to repeat something. Use the recording. If you want me to repeat this, I'll do it in the next class. But it's very simple. It sounds like that, but it's so simple. Just have to write these two in your book and that's it. See, like 3 is equal. So 3 will cancel out. 3. So we have 1 is equal to 5. But 1 and 5 are corresponding angles. 1 and 5 are corresponding. We proved 1 is equal to 5. 1 is equal to 5. 1 and 5 they are equal, but they are corresponding angles. So AB is parallel to CD. You can do it in different ways. So that's why we tried it in 2-3 ways. So the idea, but everywhere this is what you'll use. Given alternate interior angles and then you'll bring out one pair of vertically opposite angles. You'll compare and you'll get one result, but they will be corresponding angles. And so the lines are parallel. Everywhere this will be the root. What we've seen so far is the axioms, that is the statements which don't have proofs, which are believed by experimenting. So two lines cut by a transversal, then corresponding angles is equal. Each pair of corresponding angles is equal. So it's like as of at this point, we only know corresponding angles are equal. We have not found anything else. We all know that alternate angles are equal, co-interior angles are supplementary, but at this point, it's like as if we only know corresponding angles are equal. We don't know about the others. So we're trying to prove the others using these two axioms. In theorem 1, given parallel lines, we had to prove alternate angles are equal. In theorem 2, given a pair of alternate interior angles is equal, we had to prove lines are parallel. Here, If a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then each pair of, if a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then each pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal is supplementary. Each pair of each pair of interior angles, not alternate children, interior angles on the same side of the transversal. They're called allied angles. Each pair of allied angles is supplementary. So AB and CD are two parallel lines cut by transversal R. AB and CD are the two parallel lines cut by the transversal R. R cuts AB at P and CD at Q. All these 8 angles are formed. 4 at P and 4 at Q. 4 angles at P and 4 angles at Q. Given AB parallel to CD here, we are given that AB is parallel to CD. We need to prove that allied angles are supplementary. To prove that allied angles are supplementary. Which are the allied angles here? Allied angles are a pair of angles. Which are the allied angles here? Which are the allied angles here, children? Okay, so 3 and 6. 3 and 6 form a pair of allied angles. 4 and 5. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but
Yes, ma'am.
okay, fine. All right, children. So 3, we need to prove that 3 plus 6 is equal to 180. Allied angles are supplementary. So we need to prove that 3 plus 6 is equal to 180 and 4 plus 5 is equal to angle 4 plus angle 5. Okay, not 4 plus 5 literally. So angle 3 plus angle 6 is equal to 180 and angle 4 plus angle 5 is equal to 180. The lines are parallel. The lines are parallel. We need to prove 3 plus 6 is 180 and 4 plus 5 is 180. See here. We have two pairs of interior angles, 4 and 5, 3 and 6 formed. But we need to prove that each of them is supplementary. Read what is given and what is to be proved. Okay. So this again is a very simple proof, children. All the proofs are very simple. So see here, we have to prove that, listen to me carefully. I think first shot we should all get it. We have to prove that 3 plus 6 is equal to 180. All right, angle 3 plus angle 6 is equal to 180. Is that correct, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is AB parallel to CD, children? Is it given that AB is parallel to CD? Is it given that?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
It is given that AB is parallel to CD and R is a transversal. We have to prove that angle 3 plus angle 6 is 180. Now 3 plus 6 is 180, right? You prove that 3 and somebody else. 3 plus some other angle. Now we have to prove 3 plus 6 is 180. Say some other angle. 3 and which other angle will add up to 180? 3 and which other angle will add up to 180?
3 and 4. Angle 4.
3 and 4. Yeah. See, now we have to prove 3 plus 6 is 180. Okay, we'll prove that. Now take 3. You can take 6 also. Now we'll do it with that also. Now we'll take 3. 3 plus 6 is 180 is what we have to prove. Now take 3 from that. 3 plus which other angle is 180? So you all said 3 plus 4 is 180. Why? What's the reason?
It lies on a straight line.
Yeah, linear pair axiom. 3 plus 4 is equal to 180 is not based on parallel lines. It's independent of parallel lines. When 3 and 4 are angles on the straight line AB, so 3 plus 4 is 180. Okay, so keep that in your mind. 3 plus 4 is equal to 180, linear pair axiom. Now, 4 is equal to 6, right? Alternate interior angles. Now we have proved that. We have proved alternate interior angles are equal. We just proved, we have come past all that. We have proved alternate angles are equal, and we also proved that when one pair of alternate interior angles is equal, lines are parallel. We have proved all that. Now you can use all the earlier ones. Now I said 3 plus, in fact, we said 3 plus 4 is equal to 180. Correct. Now we want 3 plus 6 180, not 3 plus 4 180. That means you should take away 4 and write 6 there. 3 plus 4 is 180. You don't want 4, you want 6. But 4 is equal to 6 because they're alternate angles. So take away 4 and write 6 there because anyways 4 and 6 are equal, alternate angles. So you get the result 3 plus 6 is equal to 180. That's all. That's it. So 3 plus 6 is 180. So what you have to write is angle 3 plus angle 4. Angle 3 plus angle 4 is equal to 180. Linear pair axiom. But in your mind, you will be telling yourself that you don't want this 3 plus 4 180. You want 3 plus 6 180. So you should take away 4 and write 6 instead of 4. How will you take away 4 and write 6? You should prove that they are equal. Only then you can replace 4 with 6. Yes, 4 and 6, they are equal. They're alternate angles. The lines are parallel. They are alternate. They are equal. So lift 4 and write 6. Put 6 in place of 4. That's how you get the result. 3 plus 6 is equal to 180. Now, children, this is one thing. Now use 3. 3 and which other angle makes 180?
Angle 2, ma'am.
2. 3 and angle 2. So how do we do with angle 3 and 2? 3 plus 2 is equal to 180. But when you write 3 plus 2 is equal to 180, you are not happy because you know you want to get 3 plus 6 180. Why should I have 3 plus 2 is 180? I want 3 plus 6 180. So that means what? You should lift 2 and write 6 instead of that. How will you do that?
Ma'am, 2 and 4 are vertically opposite, so
No, you can directly say 2 and
corresponding angles.
yeah. But 2 and 6 are corresponding angles. They're equal. So you can take away 2 and write 6. So 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2 is equal to 180. Why we are using 3 plus 2 is equal to 180? Because we have to prove a result like that. We have to prove 4 plus 5 is 180. 3 plus 6 is 180. So we are trying to write a relevant result like that. So we need to prove 3 plus 6 is equal to 180. Angle 3 plus angle 6 is equal to 180. So let's use 3. 3 plus 2 is 180. 3 and 2. Angle 3 plus angle 2 is 180. 3 is fine, but you don't want 2. 2, you want to replace 2 with 6. And you can do that because angle 2 is equal to angle 6. Corresponding angles are equal. So like this, we get 3 plus 6 is equal to 180. Now tell me, children, how will you prove that 4 plus 5 is equal to 180? Yes, please help me. I've been talking for a long time. Let me just keep quiet for some time. 4 plus 5 is equal to 180. How do we prove that?
Ma'am, can I say?
Yes, Hitesh.
Ma'am, 4 plus 3 is equal to 180, ma'am, because they are
Correct.
linear.
Correct.
Linear, ma'am. And
Yeah.
3 is equal to 5, ma'am, because their alternate interior angles are equal, ma'am. So
Yeah.
4 plus 5 is equal to 180, ma'am.
Very good. Very good, Hitesh. One more way. 4 and which other angles?
1, ma'am. 4 plus
Yeah.
1 is equal to 180.
Okay.
Corresponding angles are equal, so 4 plus 5 is equal to 180.
Very good. 1 and 5 are corresponding angles. 1 and 5 are corresponding angles. So 4 plus 1 is equal to 180. But 1 and 5 are corresponding. So which means 4 plus 5 is equal to 180. Take a screenshot, children.
Took a screenshot.
Yeah. So this is the converse of theorem 3. If a transversal intersects two lines such that a pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal is supplementary, then the two lines are parallel. So given two lines cut by a transversal such that a pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal is supplementary is given to you. One pair of allied angles is supplementary is given to you. So when a pair of allied angles is supplementary, then the two lines must be parallel to each other is what you have to prove. When a pair of allied angles is supplementary, then you should prove that the two lines are not simply two lines, they are parallel lines is what you have to prove. So you can either write 3 plus 6 given two lines A, B and C, D such that 3 plus 6 is 180 or 4 plus 5 is 180. Any one of the two. Any one of the two. You can write 3 plus 6, 180 or 4 plus 5, 180. Now here also, children, we have to prove that AB is parallel to CD. Please tell me correctly. Please make me feel good. When you have to prove that AB is parallel to CD, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I pray you've all understood. AB, we need to prove that AB is parallel to CD. So what is that axiom we are going to use to prove that AB is parallel to CD? Yes, children, don't hesitate. Share whatever you feel.
Ma'am, converse of corresponding angles are equal.
Converse of corresponding angles are equal. No. Converse of corresponding angles axiom.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we need to use the converse of. So whenever you have to prove that lines are parallel in these theorems, later I'll tell you. Later when we get into the exercise, we'll see what other things we can use. For now, to prove these theorems, you have to use the results which have been proved earlier. That's what it is. You have to use the results which have been proved earlier. And to prove something, you should first start with some assumption. You cannot prove the very first thing. When there is nothing and you're proving something, you cannot prove the very first thing. The very first thing you'd have got by experimenting. Many times you did it and you found that you got the same result. So that very first thing is an axiom. That very first thing is an axiom. It doesn't have a proof. But you believe it, and all of us believe, because by experimenting, we've always got the result, the same result. So that first thing is an axiom. After that, using that, we prove many other statements. And since the other statements have proofs, they're called theorems. Okay, so thank you, Hitesh, for helping me. We use the converse of corresponding angles axiom to prove that AB is parallel to CD. So that means you should identify a pair of, or you should, not identify, you must prove that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. Then only you can use the converse of this axiom to say that AB is parallel to CD. Okay, let's begin. 3 plus 6 is equal to 180. Okay. 3 plus 6 is 180. Bring out another pair of supplementary angles.
4 plus 5 is equal to 180.
No. We are only given one pair of, allied angles as supplementary. We are not given 4 plus 5 is 180. When two lines are intersected by a transversal such that a pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal is supplementary, then prove that the lines are parallel.
Ma'am, 3 plus 4 is equal to 180.
3 plus 2.
3 plus 4 is equal to 180. Okay. 3 plus 4 is 180.
3 plus 2 is equal to 180.
You should now what the thing is, you must use something and get a pair of corresponding angles equal. That is what is the idea. The idea is you must use some results and prove that and get that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. Work it in your book and read it for me, children.
Ma'am, angle 1 plus angle 5.
No, you work it. You do something and tell me that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. That is, you must be able to say angle 1 is equal to 5 or 4 is equal to 8 or 2 is equal to 6 or 3 is equal to 7. When you get that, AB is parallel to CD. Sangamitra, I'm not able to hear you clearly. If you can be a little louder. No, Sangamitra, if you're talking, let me tell you that I'm not able to hear anything. Children, 3 plus 6 is equal to 180. Is 2 plus 3 180?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Linear pair.
Okay. Okay, now just write in your book. 3 plus 6 is equal to 180 given. Write it in your book. 3 plus 6 is equal to 180. 2 plus 3 is also 180. So can you write? So can you write from these two equations? 3 plus 6 is equal to 2 plus 3.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
3
ma'am.
plus 6. Yeah, 3 plus 6 is equal to 2 plus 3. 3 plus 6 is equal to 2 plus 3 because both is equal to 180. 3 plus 6 is 180. 2 plus 3 is also 180. So that means 3 plus 6 is equal to 2 plus 3. So on 3 on both the sides will get cancelled. 3 on both sides will get cancelled and you have the result 2 is equal to 6. So you have proved that 2 is equal to 6. So you have proved that one pair of corresponding angles is equal. So by the converse of corresponding angles axiom, AB is parallel to CD. Take a screenshot, children. Tell me if we take 4 plus 5 is equal to 180. Two lines cut by a transversal such that a pair of allied angles supplementary. So here we have taken up 3 plus 6 is 180. What if we write 4 plus 5 is 180? Then how will the proof go? 4 plus 5 is equal to 180 given. Then?
Can I say?
Yes, Hitesh?
Ma'am, 4 plus 1 is equal to 180, ma'am.
Reason?
Ma'am, because they are linear pair axiom, ma'am.
Linear pair axiom. 4 plus 1 is 180. Very good. Then?
Yes, ma'am. We have to write 4 plus 5 is equal to 4 plus 1, ma'am. 4 and 4 will be getting cancelled, ma'am. So we'll get 5 is equal to 1, ma'am.
Very good. Then after that, very good. 5 is
The
equal to 1. But
AB
what kind
is
of
parallel
angles
to
are 5 and
CD.
1? What kind of angles are 5 and 1?
Corresponding.
They're corresponding angles. Earlier also they were corresponding angles. So that is not new. But what have you proved? You have proved 5 is equal to 1, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you have proved 5 is equal to 1. Even earlier 5 and 1 were corresponding angles. But now we have proved that 5 is equal to 1. 4 plus 5 is equal to 180. 4 plus 1 is equal to 180. On equating, we get 1 is equal to 5. Equal to 5. So you have proved that a pair of corresponding angles is equal. Yes or no, Hitesh? Yeah, you've proved that a pair of corresponding, they're already corresponding angles. But if we have proved, or you have proved that it's the pair of corresponding angles is equal. 5 is equal to 1. So by the converse of corresponding angles axiom, what's the result?
Line AB is parallel to CD.
Line AB is parallel to line CD. Very good. Thank you, Hitesh.
Thank you, ma'am.
You've been highly participating in the recent days. I'm so happy with the change in you, change for the good in you. Good, Hitesh. Keep it up. Okay, let's take something numerical. We have a few minutes left. Take up something numerical. Yeah, let's try this one. In the given figure, angle 2 is 120 degrees, angle 5 is equal to 60 degrees. Show that AB is parallel to B. Sorry, show that A is parallel to B. Is it difficult, children? If angle 5 is 60 degrees, what will be the measure of angle 6?
120, ma'am.
120 degrees. If 5 is 60 degrees, then 6 will be 120. But it doesn't match the values. Let me change it later. Angle 2 cannot be 120. By the inclination of the transversal, 2 cannot be 120. Let me change this later. But we'll just answer it as it is given now. Angle 5 cannot be 60 degrees and angle 6 cannot be 120. Okay, we'll just ignore that. It doesn't match the magnitude of the angles. They don't match with the figure. Okay, but just going by that, we'll just ignore that part. So when angle 5 is 60 degrees, angle 6 will be 120 degrees. 120 degrees. So 6 is 120, 2 is also 120. And they are corresponding angles. 2 and 6 are corresponding angles. 2 and 6 are corresponding angles. 2 is 120 degrees. Angle 6 is also 120 degrees. So they're equal. Corresponding angles are equal. That means A is parallel to B. Because corresponding angles are equal, the lines must be parallel. So A is parallel. A should be parallel to B. Convincing, children, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
What about the others? Okay, fine. Be thorough with these theorems. Started from here. So it all started from here with these two axioms. Okay, so with these two axioms, we prove 4 theorems. Theorem 1, with these two axioms, we proved 4 theorems. So theorem 1, where we had to prove that alternate interior angles are equal when the lines are parallel. Theorem 2 is the converse of theorem 1, where we had to prove the lines are parallel. So we use the converse of corresponding angles axiom. To prove lines are parallel, we have to use the converse of corresponding angles axiom. So you will have to show that a pair of corresponding angles is equal and so the lines are parallel. This one, when lines are parallel, co-interior angles are supplementary. We need to prove that here. And the next one, when a pair of co-interior angles are supplementary, lines are parallel. Given that a pair of allied angles is supplementary, you need to prove that the lines are parallel. So to prove that lines are parallel, we need to use the converse of corresponding angles axiom. For this, to use this axiom, you need to prove a pair of corresponding angles is equal. 2 and 6 are already corresponding angles that you don't have to prove. By their position, they're already corresponding angles. You will have to prove they're equal. So when you prove a pair of corresponding angles is equal, you can use the converse of corresponding angles axiom to show that or to prove that the lines are parallel. So this makes one bundle of theorems and axioms. These two axioms and 1, 2, 3, 4 theorems. Treat this as one whole. Treat this as one whole and understand each one of it carefully. So next class, if you should have any doubts or whatever based on these theorems, please ask me. Yeah, children. So that's it for today's session. Please wait. Let me see how many of you are there at the end of the class. Only 9. See. Hitesh, Nikita, Ananya. Yeah, children, use the emoji. Raise your hands. Nikita, Sangamitra, Shivani, Shreyas, Hitesh, Ananya, Deepika, Satvika, and Vasudevan. All right, children. Fine, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you so much. You may leave the meeting.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
children.
ma'am.
Thank you, children. Thank you.